Hey gang, it may feel like only a few days since the last upload, but it's been 2 weeks since I last made a recording because of business travel and COVID and recovering from COVID. But hey, I'm back. I didn't die. Woohoo! All right, let's play Victoria 3 to celebrate life. And of course, we're going to celebrate life by playing as the USA. I've got about 2 more years to go for the slaveholders or former slaveholders to finally get done being uppity about their whole situation. Did not have a civil war. I avoided the whole thing. That's nice. Although I feel like it was done in a realistic way. Just a quick note. I've got the Hail Columbia and Gilded Age mods running at the same time. They will step on each other. I've been told this by the Hail Columbia author. Just for the Gilded Age purposes here, I've worked with it, and the short version is there's some things about it that I really like, and then there's some things about it that really get on my nerves, particularly in the form of infamy bombs when I least expect it, and it kind of railroads colonization in Africa. I like how it limits the colonization from starting before 1884, but once we get to 1884, it's pretty much the map of Africa that's going to result is going to look a lot like the map of Africa that we had in the real world. So I'm not thrilled with that. If you told me, hey, take the 3 big flavory mods you have and pull one of them out, I'd keep Hail Columbia and the Balkans mods that I have because they focus on those areas and those areas alone. They don't try to step in other places. Gilded Age goes too far, and it prevents me from having other smaller flavor mods coming in. And because it's a little heavy-handed with some other events, that's the one I would pull out. It's just how I feel. In general, mods should be small, focus on a small thing, and go with that. If you're going to have a big thing that changes lots of stuff, make it a series of mods, not one big one. That's my recommendation. Think, if you want to go with a Star Wars analogy, think about droids and X-Wing fighters. They're small, they do one job, they get it done, as opposed to the big Death Star that tries to do everything and it breaks. Every time they build the Death Star, it breaks. Every time they build a droid in the X-Wing, pew, 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 they do their job, get repaired, and then do it again. Anyway, but yeah, so we will see some contention in this save game because I can't not have those mods all playing at the same time. That's how I started it, so that's how it's going to end. So be it. We had some questions about the peasant population and what is it that pulls them away from the subsistence farms. And there's some people who say that you need to have all your agriculture built out, and then once that's all built out, the peasants will graduate into other jobs. That's not true. I checked. Pennsylvania here. If I go to buildings, I'm going to go down here to agriculture. We've got 146 arable lands, doing fine with those. That means we've got 146 subsistence farms in Pennsylvania. So if we look at our building registry, and I've preloaded it here, I'm going to go scroll down to Pennsylvania, and there we have 146 farms, and there's only 33.4K peasants on those farms. So that means I've got the farms there, but the people are going to jobs in other industries that are in Pennsylvania. You saw what was in Pennsylvania. If you've been watching earlier videos in the cities, you know I have been building out in Pennsylvania. I've been doing a very nice job there. If I want to add, say, another logging camp, well, let me go around to this way here. Our tooling workshop. And whoa, there we go. All right, we'll go here. We'll filter by peasants, domestic, and sort. There we go. And I scroll down here. There's my Pennsylvania at 33.4K. So, if you want to industrialize, you don't have to build all your agriculture out. You're fine with that. And it stands to reason that if you've got places where you want to build more industry, you could destroy agriculture there, create jobs, or well, create job seekers, and then if you still need that agricultural output, build it in one of your block members. Go to one that's not industrialized and use that for primary good output. And then you work on your own nation to make secondary and tertiary good output to exchange with the other nation. It's not always exploitative. Not always exploitative. Had a bit of a sneezy there. Okay, I took care of that part. And I've got this event here. Before I start building other things out, it says Eusebio Blanco has stirred up opposition to the enaction of mass conscription. Dude, I need mass conscription so I can have a bigger army. I'm going to need that as I play on the world stage. Eusebio, you're making me just, yeah, you're stepping on it. Okay, well, we could either open dialogue with the opposition, reduce our enactment time, or make them just say shut up and go away. Well, I'd like to... this one here will reduce the radicalism of the movement opposite to this, and it'll speed up the enactment time. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. And while we're going with that, let's also see what the heck are we building right now here in the USA. Okay, so we've got some railroads, not in the USA. These are overseas. This is a lot of overseas investment. I've got some motor industries being built locally, but we're not in a hurry for it. And then gold mine, we have a lot of foreign investment going on, which means if I get some kind of shortage over here that's really bad, I'll just drop it at the top of the queue and we'll just keep going. We'll be fine. So let's unpause and, oh good, we patronize realist art. Yay. Finally, art is always, let's go with working on the camera there. And one thing I may want to do with that is looking at how my block goes. With my external trade focus, an influential trade center will, all my nation's trade centers are going to have more migration attraction. So that's a good deal there. But I can't build more trade centers. They're just where they are. But with freedom of movement, I get increased exchange for Arts Academy. All of them have that, and they are migration attraction. If I start building arts academies all across the USA, they'll make more people migrate. And when more people migrate, I get more people to work in jobs, and I get more people working in jobs. I get to build more stuff, and yada yada. We'll make more construction and all that stuff. So let's do we build art academies as a way to greater power? Let's look at the urban. And I'll scroll down here to Arts Academy. We'll hit a plus-a-rooney on that. Hit on the earnings. Let's go with, I thought this was domestic here. Come on, guys. There we go. Okay. None of these places are going to be profitable, but I may not care as much because I want to get people to come to the USA. I know I want people to come to Pennsylvania, so I will click on that. I know I want them to come to Texas because I'm from Texas and I like that, so I will put one there. Ohio, New York has already got one. Virginia, do I have California? California, they're not yet a state, but they will be one day, and oh boy, they'll be fantastic. Oregon and Washington, let's attract people out there. Kansas, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, yay, everywhere, gonna build them all, woohoo! Why am I doing this? Aren't these going to be expensive? Not so much. I think we'll be fine. We want everyone to come to the USA. Look, I'm even building one in Rhode Island. And let's get Maine and the District of Columbia. And what the heck, New Mexico, Arizona, Colorado, Nebraska, South Dakota, Minnesota, Wyoming, Utah, Idaho, Montana. And there'll be, I think, Oklahoma. There we are. I think the only one that's left is North Dakota and Nevada. So, hey. Oh, wait. Alaska. There we are. All right, so building one of each of those is going to be... Oh, what's this one here? Oh, we do have Nevada. Okay, we'll put that on there. We just started Nevada. Okay, this is going to be expensive to support because we're subsidizing all of them. But once they get built, we'll have some fun times attracting lots of attractive people to our attractions in the USA. And we've modernized our Navy. That's always good there. So we just gotta let this thing build out here and let the people see they're coming to New York because we've got the Arts Academy there. Let's see what else we can do. And then, yeah, we'll just let it go. When something interesting happens, as usual, we'll do this. Oh, no, despicable neutrality. Let's make the law more palatable to support. Yes, we'll cancel out the drop in enactment time and make it more passable there. But yeah, something happens, you'll be the first to know. Oh, wait, Rant for the Ages. I keep trying to pause out of here, and I keep getting these things. Oh, my gosh. Eusebio. Let's just drop the... Yeah, let's... Oh, my gosh, he's just driving me up the wall there. Okay, now we're going to pause the recording, and when something interesting happens, we'll come back. Okay, I did find something interesting here, even though this guy's blocked up by my head here. I've got 9 agitators supporting slave trade. And then the others, what? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 others that are supporting national militia. Yeah. I can't wait for them to get done with the slave thing. So I started to move the Arts Academies to the top, and as that happened, Eusebio Blanco has decided to retire. Let him peddle in peace. I would, except these intelligentsia are blocking my bills here, so let's make sure he stays away. Yes, it'll make them upset, but they're at plus 20 approval. Gone. Ah, thank goodness for that. Meantime, we're going to encourage some immigration here to the USA. Well, it looks like we're at 0% here, 2 strikes. We're not going to get mass conscription anytime soon here in the USA. But we are building more gold mines, and maybe it's time we looked at increasing our construction capacity. We've been running pretty high, 45.3K. Overall, we've got 31 million we could borrow potentially. And it would just be nicer to have more of these slots filled out. This is towards the end of the beginning. We're about to get into where the steel frame buildings are available. And when that happens, we really have a lot of construction capacity that we could work with. But as we have right now, with only 224 and our economy as big as it is, we could boom out a lot more than what we're doing here. So let's look at increasing our construction capacity. All right, let's sort by all this here. We see that we've got, zoom in. We've got New York and Pennsylvania pretty well represented. Let's get construction in all the other states. Let's just do it. A little bit there is going to be helpful. It will help us go a long way. So let's go with the guys here that are on the eastern seaboard first. And we'll work our way around. Yes, even District of Columbia gets one. New Jersey, Connecticut, Rhode Island. I think Massachusetts has got theirs. Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine. There we go. Ohio, you've got yours. Texas has got its. We'll go with complete states first, and then we'll come back and get all of the other, what are they called? Colonies. Yeah, that's it. Okay, now we've got some smaller ones. but that's okay. We'll just go ahead and build one in each of them. And since we're also getting our arts academies built, once those are made, once we have that construction added, we're adding 39. So we're going to double our construction capacity. This means a big deal. If we double our construction capacity, we're going to increase a lot the amount we're going to spend every week on construction. So we have got to get to building some more profitable stuff. I'm looking here: coal mines, paper, tools, iron. Those are going to get some precedence over the other things that we're just building in other countries and the arts academies. We've got a number of those already built out. Once we have this construction capacity added, then we're going to get more other industries built. And then once those are in place, when we have more people migrating in, we'll be fine there. And okay, this is, some people had been mentioning that they were getting a problem, and it's maybe Gilded Age doing it, where they're not getting the setbacks that lead it to the legislative graveyard. And now I'm seeing that here. Well, we may just have to cancel it, because I think we're at negative 25%. That's not too good. And we've got 0% chance of anything. We're going to get another stall. So hopefully it'll give us a strike, and then we can go from there. Or we should just cancel it. What do you think? Okay, so I canceled it, and now this thing to enact appointed bureaucrats comes up. Let's take a look. Currently we have elected bureaucrats. This was a situation that the U.S. had in its civil service where, you would elect bureaucrats, and it led to, or elected officials would appoint the bureaucrats, and it was kind of a, anyway, it was seen as potentially very corrupt. It was called the spoils system. If I get elected into office, I'll appoint you, and you, my buddies, into these administrative positions where you may have a very small salary, but you get a lot of bribes, things like that. So it was seen that appointed bureaucrats would help to clean up that situation here. And we're at 1865. We're entering the Gilded Age. It should be noted that that's a good thing to do. The people who oppose it are the petite bourgeoisie. The guys are going to, they're looking for those jobs, aren't they? No. We're gonna push this through here. They'll be upset, but they're not going to flail away at it. We'll be fine with it. We'll be fine. And we have a new mandate, except we're already full out on everything else. So, meantime, we've been increasing our construction. Let's keep doing that, and then we'll build our economy once we're there. Okay, we've built the construction out all across the USA. We've now got 330 construction points where we had 222 before. As those things fill out, we'll get even more than that. And it looks like we're also running short on market access. We need to build more trains. I'd like to build some more trains here. We also need to build more stuff every week, because right now, if we're doing a full slate of building, we're going to lose $62K per week. We need buildings that are going to make us money. All right. Well, let's go right to it then. We'll go over here to our railways, and we will sort by infrastructure. And wow, there's a lot there, but okay, again, we just want the domestic. Why is it not giving us our domestic? There we go. Now we've got it. Okay, these guys are profitable. Good. So I'm going to hold down Alt and click on each one of these. We don't have enough guys ready for American Nevada, but trust me, when they get there, they'll be ready for it. And New Hampshire, and we could go ahead and drop one on Utah because they're kind of low. And then District of Columbia needs one, and Delaware needs one because they're just right there breaking even. Let's just go ahead and just keep building more of these. And yeah, this is, oh wow, we're building a lot of trains. Jing, jing. I want to sing a song about trains here. Well, the Rock Island Line is a mighty good road. The Rock Island Line is a road to ride. Oh, the Rock Island Line, she's a mighty good road. Well, if you want to ride it, gotta ride it like you find it. Get your chicken at the station for the Rock Island Line. A, B, C, W, X, Y, Z. The cat's in the cover and you don't see me. Oh, the Rock Island Line, a mighty good road. Oh dear, I think I build trains everywhere. I build them everywhere. Oh my gosh. And now we're going to be running out of iron. Can I get some more iron and coal? Oh boy, this is don't do this at home, kids. Don't sing like this at home. Okay, where are we going to make the best iron? Wow, so some people are showing up in Pennsylvania. That's always nice to see. Let's get us, how about 5 more there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Massachusetts could use 5 more coal mines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That gets us 10 of them. And yeah, it should be about where we need there. So we've built out in Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, the coal mines. Let's get our iron mines. And where's the best earnings there? Pennsylvania, Massachusetts. I see what you did there. But you know what? Tennessee could use some. Let's just give them 10. Just boom, just like that. And oh, I should have them at the front of the queue as well because we need those. So we're a bit upset in Tennessee, but well, that's just how things are there. And with that, we could actually give, let's go ahead and give those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll build some in Pennsylvania, then we'll build the Tennessee stuff, and then we'll build the stuff in Massachusetts, and then we'll get our iron and coal going, and then we'll start building out those trains. And it's the return of the Thin White Duke, throwing darts in lovers' eyes. Okay, what's the name of that song, and what does it have to do with this? Ah, okay. Ooh, this happened. The army is now part of the Anti-Prussian Society, which will benefit me because right now their strength is like plus 11, and if we do this, they join the Anti-Prussians, they go up by 7 points more because that's our Anti-Prussian Society feeling. Boosh. Yeah, there they are. They're now at plus 18. Then the other one is the Great Garment Factory Fire. Oh. Well, John C. Fremont has been making trouble otherwise, so hold him responsible for those deaths. Get him out of there, which, oh, that's going to knock the armed forces down by 3. They were up by 7, down by 3. This is, what is this, a stock market here? Their popularity is going into recession. Wow. We're going to need to build some more paper and financial sector, excuse me, and some administration. But probably the paper and financial sector, so that way we can get this brought back up. And oh wow, we're doing 400 a week now. Wow! And the Comanches are coming. Ah! We'll take care of that. Okay, we've got the appointed bureaucrats. That's awesome. And if I take a look while I'm here, I notice that engines are kind of high priced. We should probably take those engines that we were building somewhere else in our production queue and move them up to the top. And then financial services could also be utilized as well. Let's get some of those going. But let's celebrate our appointed bureaucrats by doing something with these things here. We'll figure that out in just a second here. Maybe put a decree in, or, well, because we're really growing here, maybe it's time to up the budget because we are desperate for cash. If I go with transportation, that gives me 21K for 200, so that's like 10.5 each. I go with liquor and tobacco, that gets me only 18, 19K. So yeah, transportation is going to be the best way to do those 200. Got it. But maybe this one here we could drop. Entertainment is only 13.5. And oh, no, it is more than liquor. All right, well, I stand corrected. This will help us take care of the loss there. And ooh, wow, tax waste. Yeah, minus 826. That is a problematic with our taxing. We should build more administration as well. That will help us out a lot. I'll get right on to that. Probably a good way to look to see where we need administration is if I go to the administration and go with the tax button. Sort by low tax. No one is desperate for it, so we could just spread it around where we need. Since we're 826 in the hole, and each one of these generates another 65, so that'd be 10 plus 2, about 15. Yeah, about 15 of these ought to do it. Because I know we're having a drop due to there's an event we had because we're passing the laws previously and that cut bureaucracy. So, yeah, we need to do that. So about 15 more bureaucrats. Let's sort by peasants. That's where we could park these bureaucrats. And wow, Kansas it's the heartland of the nation and a great place to put 5 bureaucrats there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Illinois, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Missouri, let's give you 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we are. We'll build those out and we'll work on the other things later on. Okay. Oh, and we had booming industries, which gave us more 20% in all our mining industry. I'm a happy guy with that. Now, we don't have any shortages on coal or anything. So I just got a little pop-up here that says the Mexican attitude has improved. They're now cooperative instead of antagonistic. This is an opportunity to try to bring them in. As it is, we're not really getting much more leverage per week. So let's see about what we can do with them. Their attitude has improved to neutral. Let's see here. What can we do here? Diplomatic actions. I don't really want to... Well, I could do make protectorate, and that'll hit me with 30 infamies. What if instead we didn't do the hard-handed route and just went with guaranteeing independence? Bankrolling them would cost us 8K per week. But it might help us out and then might help us to fund lobby. If we do the bankroll and fund lobbies, that's a 16K. Maybe we'll wait. We can do a long game with them. Let's slow it down. But we can start to do things with them that we couldn't do before. All right. And, oh, national supremacy. Great. That's just what I need. Call me when you have a revolution, guys. Well, we've got it. It's December 2nd, 1866, and we've completed a house divided. It's been 10 years since the planter class was last trying to start a revolution, and I think it's about time we did something about it here. We can either come together and forgive, the first option, or we cannot forget the perpetrators of the crime. Well, if we go with this one, the planter class gets a +3 approval. They're renamed to landowners. We're exonerating slave owners. They do lose pro-slavery ideology. Down here, well, they also lose pro-slavery ideology, but they lose political strength. They lose interest group approval, which doesn't bother me because they're already marginalized. And we get long reconstruction to the Journal of the USA. I like the long reconstruction. Let's make it to where we don't have people try to recreate slavery by the back door, which is part of America's legacy following the Civil War. They couldn't have chattel slaves, so they tried to find ways to make them just as close as they could get. I'm against that sort of thing. We will not forget the perpetrators of these crimes. So, yeah, I'm a bit strident there. I'm a bit strident. Oh, yeah. We're also building some lovely motor industry factories here. It's lovely stuff. And if I take a look, yeah, we're getting almost the entire first page is getting built out with the amount of construction we have. And the Pawnee have launched a native uprising. Oh, great. Well, while you're here, let's go ahead and crush it. And we've got a few events to deal with here. Rutherford B. Hayes, leader of the armed forces, doesn't want to compromise with his coalition partners. Who's in government right now? They're in the government. Oh my gosh. He wants to either take over, yeah, either make all the others mad or say, no, Rutherford B. Hayes, get out of here. You dingus. All right, exile at the gate. Oh, okay, wait, what does he support? He wants to restore elected bureaucrats. I'm sorry, industrialists, you can be disappointed with that. I don't need to go back to elected bureaucrats. Okay. Oh, and now the armed forces wants to pull out of the North German Anti-Prussian Society, or anti-North German. Wait, it used to be anti-Prussian. Okay, I see some brown on the map. Looks like the North German Federation formed. Well done, guys. Let's keep him in there because that gives him a +4, and I don't want to see him drop from +11 to +7. Especially since I want to try to eventually pass that conscription bill again. And oh, Italy is having some stuff going on here with Austria. And it looks like they're going to get Istria from Austria. Istria from Austria? Yes, Istria from Austria. Wow. Okay, and we're getting the Slovenes moving in. I also got a pop-up that says that people were moving from Georgia to Georgia. I should have saved that there, but yeah, the large populations of Georgians are moving from Russia to Georgia because I built the thing there. Anyway, I'll come back when we have more stuff going on. Crazed gunman shoots President Lincoln. No, this is not good. He's been shot in the streets of Washington. After being apprehended, the deranged gunman claimed that he'd been instrumental in the president's election and demanded a position of high office in the administration. This was actually the rationale used by the assassin of President Garfield. He thought he should have gotten a better job. And yeah. Oh dear. He has been shot. And we now have a martyred leader. 30% chance he's wounded, 70% chance he dies. And actually, going back to Garfield, he survived the assassination attempt, but he did not survive the doctor's attempt to heal him. And if you really like icky stuff, read about what they did to Garfield. It was not good. Medicine at the time was more like carpentry than it was what we understand. And if that's making you ill, it's making me ill too. I'm going to move on. We're not going to talk about this. I don't want to be gooky, but yeah, you could look it up yourself if you want to do this research. Let's see if Lincoln survives or dies. A breathless nation is watching our chief executive here. And what is this? Oh dear. Andrew is our new president. That's Andrew Johnson. First president to get impeached. Ha, but not the last. Oh, ha, oh, hee, hee. Oh, don't talk to me about impeachment right now. Anyway, yeah, so. What a clever, lovely chap he is. What a fine figure he cuts. That is a national tragedy. Well, what are you going to do, though, huh? You got to keep playing the game. You can't just be on pause forever. No, gotta go. Gotta go. I guess on that note, we'll just go ahead and end this episode here. A salute to a fallen leader, Abraham Lincoln. Oh, and we got a war.